Hi everybody, this is Satyrion Leafspar. Welcome to my very first, I'm going to be calling these Resin Rambles, aka Wine and Dollies, Beverage and Dollies. Everyone has a different name for them. I've decided to start these. I'm probably going to be releasing these on the 15th and 30th, bare minimum 30th of every month, so that my subscribers and followers on Instagram can kind of catch up with me, if you like, at least once a month. This is going to be an introduction to me. If you don't follow me on Instagram, this will be a good way to catch up with me in the hobby and see what I've been up to and what I plan on doing over the next 30 days. So a quick introduction to me and me in the hobby. I started in the hobby around December of last year or first of this year. So I've not been in the hobby very long. Glancing down here, because I've got my tablet just below with some notes, some things I wanted to kind of cover in this video so it doesn't stretch out forever long. But yes, December of last year, January of this year is when I got my very, very first BJD, which is David right here. He is a Zoom Mega Gem Felonus. His fantasy parts are in the cabinet over there. Right now he's just on his human body. Say a lot, sorry. Trying to find words. I'm really not used to being on the camera. So not only am I new to the hobby, I'm very much new to social media and YouTube. Anyways, new to the hobby, new to BJDs, very first doll. Shortly after getting him for Christmas, because he was a Christmas present from my mother, I myself made the decision to purchase my very own BJD, which was an Impel doll, John Sculpt, factory direct, company direct from Impel doll themselves. And I got him just last month or so. I've not had him very long at all. Now, for those of you that are, and I don't even know if I've posted this to Instagram or yet or not, but I've shared with a few of my friends on Instagram. I've recently jumped on the bandwagon of Doll Granado Vine dolls, and I have purchased one of those. I've completed my payments on it, or him rather, and should be seeing it as soon as I get shipment confirmation, which I have not received yet. I've only got order complete status update from Granado, just not shipment confirmation. I know a lot of you in the hobby have established stories, fully established stories that you shell complete characters into. I do not have that. I have a work in progress story as well as doll in progress. Everything is a work in progress for me because I'm new to the hobby, I'm new to character development, I'm new to story development. Everything is being fleshed out and molded as I go, which I'm actually enjoying. Everything has become kind of like a statue. I get to chip away at it, I get to add pieces, I get to mold it as I go. If I don't like something, I get to immediately change it. I don't have to look for a very specific sculpt that fits a very specific character that had a predefined look that has existed in my mind for years or months or weeks. Everything is brand new. So that's kind of where I'm at in the hobby. For those of you that do not know, something that started shortly after I got into the hobby, I started actually working on props for my dolls, which are 1/3 scale items, mostly paper crafts, but not exclusively paper crafts. So I make 1/3 scale passports, money, credit cards, checks, not checkbooks yet, those kind of things, and I've started taking commissions for them. If that's something that you're interested in, jump onto my Instagram, Satyrion _ Leafspar. I'll stick it down towards the bottom of the video, somewhere in here, so that you can find me. You can see example pictures up there of what I've done in the past. I've got US currency, the British pound right now, the yen so far. If I don't have your currency, shoot me a DM. I'll see what I can come up with. Some are more difficult than others. It really just depends on what you're looking for. I'll see what I can do. This really isn't a sales video, but it's something that I have gotten into because of my introduction into the hobby. I've made other things too. I've made blood samples, and for some people, I've made tiny frappuccinos, macchiatos, all kinds of crazy things so far. And I've enjoyed it. It's become very much a hobby within inside of the hobby. Something that I would like to get, or someone, as a lot of people would like, or a lot of people say, is I still would like to purchase Doll Chad to be paired directly with the Doll John, or his name has become Stuart. I'm still wrestling between Stuart and William. Doll Chad, one of their more fantasy sculpted based sculpts that they have. Getting the vinyl or Vendal, Udell, Undell, however it's said, kind of slowed down that process, which is one of the reasons why I've really picked up on taking commissions right now for the paper craft, so I can at least try to get up enough money to start at least the layaway. If I can raise up enough money to start the layaway, it would at least let me reserve one. But I'd like to get the Chad and then maybe hold off on buying any dolls for a while. I really didn't plan on getting into the hobby in January and then having 15 dolls. I don't have 15 dolls, but having 5 dolls by the time December rolls around this year. I didn't realize I was going to become quite addicted, as I have become. For those of you that do follow me on Instagram and have come here from there, I was talking about on my Instagram stories about my smallest dog, who has been, still is, very sick. They have said pinched nerve or slipped disc is what they're speculating right now. He's heavily medicated. He's moving around. He is walking. He's not obviously as active as he normally is. He's not an older dog by any stretch of the imagination, but he's not a puppy. He's okay. He is walking. He's eating. He's okay. We won't know for about 4 weeks if the medication is going to move the nerve away and out of his spinal column. If it does not, then he will have to have surgery. So I want to thank everyone that has messaged me and sent, thoughts and praise and warm wishes in his direction and mine both. It has definitely meant a lot. I do not have children, but I do have both of my dogs. They mean the world to me. And all of the messages yesterday meant a lot too. So we won't know anything for about 4 weeks if the medication is actually going to work. I don't really know of anything else. I still want to complete, I'm really bouncing around in this video. Hence the reason why I'm going to call them Resin Rambles, because I ramble a lot. I'm still actively working on wardrobing for both of these guys, and then I'll have to start working on a wardrobe for the Vine doll coming in, because that is one of my goals for this year, is to have active wardrobes for the dolls that I have, not pieces of clothing, because I would like to be able to interchange, not between dolls, I'd like to interchange their articles of clothing to be able to change their outfits at will and not be constricted to not being able to find what I want to put their clothing in, or put what I want to dress them in, because nothing matches. I want to start doing photo stories, and I want to start actively working on their stories, because I'm really conflicted now between writing a comic for them to tell their story, or writing something more novel-like based that's more just typed. I think comic style would be a little more fun and easy to share. Comic / photo story style would be a little easier to share on Instagram, and it would be less graphically, or less, it would require less writing, but it would require more storyboarding. So that's something I'm going to have to kind of work through in my head, which route I'm going to go down. Obviously the comic style would require more, taking more pictures, more setup, whereas the novel approach would just simply require me sitting down and typing it out. But that decision will be made once I get it figured out. I plan on actually sharing them once I get to that point, and I just have to figure out which medium I'm going to share them on. Wattpad is something I've heard is quite popular. Definitely comment down below. Let me know. What do you think? Do you write stories for your dolls? If you do, where do you share them? Where do you like to share them? What's been your experience sharing your stories on some form of mass internet-based sharing platform? So realistically, this is all I came to sit down and share with everybody, this being my first Resin Rambles, as you will. My goal is to share these on the 15th and the 30th of every month. They may come a day or two early, hopefully never late. If you don't see them on the 15th, that realistically means not much has happened this month up into the 15th, but then you'll get one on the 30th, and then it may be a really long one. My goal is to have them never any more than 15 to 20 minutes long. I think 30 minutes, a 30-minute YouTube video is way too long for most people. I could be terribly wrong. Again, let me know down below. Your feedback is super important. You're the one watching these videos. I'm only the one making them. Let me know how I can make my channel better for you. Your feedback is super important to me. I would appreciate you sharing my channel with anyone that you think would find it enjoyable or valuable. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and I would definitely appreciate the subscription if you find the content something that you would like to see on the regular. I hope everyone stays safe. It is super hot in my area today. We've got a heat index of 115, so please stay cool, and I hope everyone has a great rest of the day. Bye.